back to a rather unpleasant episode of Whining About Pest Control. If you're new here, I am Shell Hartzer of 360 Pest Consulting. And for this episode, I wrote a blog on this last week, but there's been a lot of requests for it, and so we're going to cover it again. We're talking about a pest that's more than just a nuisance. It's horrifying, and so serious that it required a continent-wide effort to control it. We are talking about the New World screwworm. So to face this topic, I've chosen a red, of course, in my cool skull glass. This is a barrel reserve from Cooper's Hawk, and hopefully this should stand up to, well, the thought of what we're about to discuss. So, cheers. Perfect. All right, so the scientific name of the New World screwworm literally means man-eating. And that should tell you everything that you need to know about how gross and dangerous this pest is. And while it is rare to find it in the US today, its story is a powerful reminder of how some species, if allowed into the US, can really fuck up our lives and the environment and everything around us. Unlike other flesh-eating flies, this screwworm lays its eggs in living tissue. Living tissue, not degrading, not already dead, living tissue of warm-blooded animals. Female screwworm is going to get attracted to that open wound, even a tiny little wound, and she's going to lay a few hundred eggs around those areas. Once the eggs hatch, those little larvae, they're going to start burrowing into your flesh, and that hatching process only takes about 12 hours. So the larvae are the biggest problem here because they're the ones that are inside feeding. They burrow head first into the flesh, and they begin feeding on that living tissue. Creates a little pocket in there. Now, this feeding causes pain to the host animal, sometimes a person, and produces a distinct foul odor, which attracts more flies, leading to massive infestations. Apparently, you can also hear them kind of crunching if you listen really carefully. The larvae continue to feed for about a week, then they drop out to the ground, they pupate, the adult flies come out, and the whole process gets started all over again. Now, for centuries, the New World screwworm was devastating throughout the Americas. It caused not only billions of dollars in damage, but it killed countless animals, cattle, sheep, goats, wildlife. In the mid-20th century, a groundbreaking solution was developed. We're talking about the sterile insect technique. Now, this is really pretty ingenious because it's using the fly's biology against it a little bit. Female flies only mate once. So we sterilize those lab-reared male flies. The sterile males are released. They compete with the wild ones to mate with the females. Now, when a female screwworm mates with one of those sterile males, the eggs she lays don't hatch. So by repeatedly dropping millions of these flies, scientists were able to basically overwhelm that wild population, and the species just simply died out in those areas. This was incredibly successful and still is ongoing today. The screwworm was declared eradicated from the United States in 1966. That's changed, and from Mexico in 1982. That's changed as well. This success story led to the eradication from most of Central America. They basically pushed it down to about where the Panama Canal is, kind of creating a biological border right there. And, hopefully preventing the movement north, which is happening now. So, why are we talking about this pest? Recently, the New World screwworm has been found creeping up into Mexico now. A recent sighting putting it less than 300 miles from our border. Also, an individual just came back into the United States with one of these undocumented passengers inside of them. Not fun. So, whining about that control aspect. Right now, it's actually pretty unlikely that you're going to encounter this screwworm in the wild in the US, but it could be coming. And if that happens, cattle ranchers are up for billions of dollars of losses. Beef products, the prices are going to skyrocket even if you could find it in the stores. So being vigilant is important. Plus, we have plenty of flesh fly species in the United States that pest control pros still need to deal with. This is what happens when you get that dead animal in or near a structure. The flies find it, they come out, and that's when we know we have something going on. Now, if you think you've seen one of these New World screwworms, contact your local ag department. If you have one of those other ones, hey, whine to me about it. We can help. Hit all those buttons down below so you never miss a whining episode. Check out my website if you want to dive deeper into this pest. And until next time, here's to the unpleasant New World screwworm. Cheers.